Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Sayava Narota Devim Sarvapurya Nasya Praisha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Nivritta Buddhya Avasthanho Duri Bhutanya Darshanaha Upalabhyatmana Atmanam Upalabhya Atmana Atmanam Chakshushevarkam Atmadrik Nivritta Buddhi Avasthanho Duri Bhutanya Darshanaha Upalabhya Atmanam Atmanam Chakshushe Varkam Atmadre
Nivritta buddhyavasthano Duri bhutanya darshana Uplabhyatman atmanam Chakshuse varkam atmadrak Nivritta buddhyavasthano Duri bhutanya darshana Uplabhyatmanam atmanam Chakshuse varkam atmadrak Nivritta buddhyavasthano Duri bhutanya darshana Upalabhyatmanam Chakshuse varkam atmadrak Nivritta buddhyavasthano Duri bhutanya darshana Upalabhyatmanam
Nivritta transcended. Buddhi Avasthanaha, the stage of material consciousness. Duri Bhuta, far off. Anya, other. Darshanaha, conceptions of life. Upalabhya, having realized. Atmana, by his purified intellect. His own self. Chakshusha, with his eyes. Eva, as. Arkam, the sun. Atmadrik, the self-realized. One should be situated in transcendental position beyond the stage of the material consciousness, should be aloof from all other conceptions of life. Thus, realizing freedom from false ego, one should see his own self just as he sees the sun in the sky. One should be situated in the transcendental position beyond the stages of material consciousness. I should be aloof from all other conceptions of life. Thus, realizing freedom from false ego, one should see his own self just as he sees the sun in the sky. I think everybody can see. One should be situated in the transcendental position beyond the stage of the material consciousness and should be aloof from all of the conceptions of life. Thus, realizing freedom from false ego, one should see his own self just as he sees the sun in the sky. Yes, Supriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport as Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Consciousness acts in three stages under the material conception of life. When we are awake, consciousness acts in a particular way. When we are asleep, it acts in a different way. And when we are in a deep sleep, consciousness acts in still another way. To become Krishna consciousness, one has to become transcendental to these three stages of consciousness. Our present consciousness should be freed from all perceptions of life other than consciousness of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is called Dhuri Bhutanaya Darshanaha, which means that when one attains perfect Krishna consciousness, he does not see anything but Krishna. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that the perfect devotee may see many movable and immovable objects, but in everything he sees that the energy of Krishna is acting. As soon as he remembers the energy of Krishna, he immediately remembers Krishna in his personal form. Therefore, in all his observation, he sees Krishna only. In the Brahma Samhita 5.38, it is stated that when one's eyes are smeared with love of Krishna, Premanjana Churita, he always sees Krishna outside and inside. This is confirmed here. One should be freed from all other vision, and in that way, he is freed from all false egoistic identification and sees himself as eternal servitor of the Lord. Chakshushe Varkam. As we can see the sun without a doubt, one who is fully developed in Krishna consciousness sees Krishna and his energy. By this vision, one becomes Atmadrik or self-realized. When the false ego of identifying the body with the self is removed, actual vision of life is perceivable. The senses therefore also become purified. Real service of the Lord begins when the senses are purified. One does not have to stop the activities of the senses, but the false ego of identifying with the body has to be removed. Then the senses automatically becomes purified, and with the purified senses, one can actually discharge devotional service. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurubhe Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshai Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nivritta Buddhi Avasthano Dhuri Bhutanya Darshanaha Upalabhyatmana Atmanam Chakshuseva Arkam Atmadrik. One should be situated in the transcendental position beyond the stage of the mental consciousness, should be aloof from other conceptions of life. As realizing freedom from false ego, one should see his own self just as he sees the sun in the sky. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, the voice is clear. Thank you. Thank you. So understanding little what the shloka is trying to say. There are different stages of consciousness which are explained in the shloka. Consciousness is originally pure. Consciousness is originally pure, and therefore we call it Krishna consciousness. Actually, consciousness means Krishna consciousness. There is no other consciousness. But when it is polluted, it takes another nature. Polluted by ahankara. Starts with ahankara, and then all nonsense thing starts. Then everything changes. So actually we need to whole effort of your attending classes, chanting Hare Krishna, attending Bhagavatam, doing various services to the Lord, is to change the consciousness. Therefore, now so actual consciousness is Krishna consciousness. So why do you talk about other things? जब असली चीज कृष्णा कॉन्शियस, दूसरी चीजों की बात करने की जरूरत ही क्या है? But the fact is, we are not in Krishna consciousness. We are in Maya consciousness. There is Jiva Bhuta, Brahma Bhuta. Sometimes you see some sadhus smoking cigarette. He is not Brahma Bhuta, he is cigarette Bhuta, Ganja Bhuta, Charasafim Bhuta. These Bhutas you will get. Jiva Bhuta. But to get Brahma Bhuta is very, very difficult. Brahma Bhuta, Prasannatma. So if somebody is having any attraction to the material world, he cannot be Brahma Bhuta. Rajaguna, Tamoguna has taken over. So this is to be very careful. So the moment the pure consciousness is polluted, and Krishna bhuliya jiva bhogavancha kare jhapatiya maya. Maya will catch. Come. And then we are trapped. So therefore, Prabhupada, wrote a magazine, Back to Godhead in English. That is also translated today in practically all the languages. Now, in this magazine, the title was Back to Godhead. You see, Prabhupada was not doing any bridge preaching or something, directly giving Krishna consciousness. Imagine the title. There is nothing else. That the mission of Srila Prabhupada's life was that back to Godhead, take everybody back to God. Prabhupada writes it in the letter to the President of India, and one day all of us together read the letter. You can now, those who now missed that day, please locate Srila Prabhupada letter to Rajendra Prasad. Very beautiful letter. And he's saying in that I have a clue that how everybody can go back to Godhead. I don't think I'm a madman. Just like after eating, person feels totally satisfied. Similarly, by following the directions of my guru, I'm totally satisfied and content and confident of going back to Godhead. But I don't want to go alone. I want to take all the countrymen with me. And he writes a magazine, Back to Godhead. In fact, Prabhupada told his disciples, made this magazine more popular than any magazine in the world. And his disciples at the time did it. 2 million copies are printed every month. Now it is into various languages. and different work now, but try to understand spirit. And now we have magazines also as soft copies. Magazines are not for keeping for all the time. Magazines are read and then thrown because they are month date. Books are different. As far as books are concerned, I still feel everybody should read physical books. As far as magazines are concerned, we can even have soft copy enough. Because magazine is nobody keeps forever. In fact, Srila Prabhupada in the beginning were writing magazines only, and Back to God magazine, and some visitor who purchased, I will request you, you now focus on books because books are kept forever. Magazines are, read, हो गया, no more issue, अलग, है ना? Magazine a month date रहता है, हमेशा के लिए नहीं. कभी-कभी रखते हैं spiritual magazines को तो, but still, the Prabhupada saw there is a point in it, and therefore Prabhupada shifted from magazine to the books. But he still wanted magazines to be, Prabhupada issued the magazine in the backbone of the movement. I was just meditating on this, why it is so. If 2 times we have made attempt in our own this thing, let us see if Krishna gives energy, we can do. So why the magazine is important, because magazine is very important for casual reading. See, in the beginning, I give you an example. I give you a book, Bhagavad Gita, and I give you a magazine, Back to God. Tell me which one you will read. You will read the magazine. Easy रहता है. But big photos are there. Some interesting headline is there. It's for easy consumption. It's like ice cream. Books are like pulao. Thoda mehnat रहता है. Thoda is like little difficult. So I do not know. With 2-3 times, somebody has to take initiative. How much I take initiative, then I get lost in the temple. Academic. We need to have academic council, and all these things can be done. Anyway, some idea is there. Krishna will help us rectify. So this is magazine for, what is the point? Magazine is for consumption. Everybody can consume. So why I talked about magazine? Because the title of the magazine was Back to Godhead, and the underlined slogan below, Godhead, Krishna Surya Sama. Krishna is like the sun, and Maya is like the darkness. If you stay in the sun, there is no question of darkness. So that's what the whole shloka is saying. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagya Muchyate. Always in anything you see it connected to Krishna, Maya will walk away. When you see something connected, just like Hanumanji saw Mother Sita as a consort of Lord Rama, there was no attraction within his heart. But Ravana saw Sita disconnected from Rama, and the whole time he was trying to disconnect only, cut the connection. Can I cut the connection? That's what he tried whole life. And he tried to cheat Lord Rama. At the end, he was cheated. So you cannot cheat Krishna. ठीक है ना? हम cheat हो जाएंगे. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagya Muchyate. So therefore we should be careful on this principle. Krishna Sambandha. So Surya. So therefore it's a sun. Now another point about sun is sun doesn't need any advertisement. Sun doesn't need any. Sun is bright. So Krishna consciousness also in that way doesn't need advertisement. You see, can a doctor advertise? The best doctor in Bangalore, please come. You cannot, it's not allowed. है ना? Is it wrong? Doctor लिख सकते हैं board में. पूरा Bangalore में सबसे अच्छा doctor में एक board. It's not, है ना? This insult हो जाएगा. So similarly, then how does the doctor grow in his profession? By word of mouth. By word of mouth. One person tells another person, है ना? So actually, we are also doing work of a doctor, spiritual doctor. We can also, can we put a hoarding in the Bangalore city? The best temple in the Bangalore city. Can you put? We cannot put. Maximum you can put Radha Govinda temple, a nice photo, but you cannot put the best. You cannot write such words. है ना? Nobody writes such words. The best kirtan. You cannot. This is for people to take and benefit. And you have seen, just like we all go to a doctor, is respected. People go 3 hours they travel. And they wait 3 hours in queue there on top of it. Good doctors. Anna? Yesterday, they also went to meet one doctor. And I went before to meet him. Half a second he doesn't have free. Half a second he doesn't. So tight. So tight. People rush when they see quality anywhere. Anna? Similarly, temples also. You see in Tirupati, half a second you get darshan, you're lucky. Anna? Such crowd. People come. So there should be dham created automatically. And what is most important part of the dham is the community. That's why those who are reading with us Chaitanya Charitamrita, we are enjoying such a sweet community. Yesterday was Mandira Marjanam, Gundicha temple cleaning. The 2 points were there yesterday. One was King Pratap Rudra trying to see the Lord, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, Asat Sangha Tyaga Ei Vaishnavachara. Are, how did he Asat? King means queens. King, I'm not interested because you should not see Asat people, correct? He said, no, he's not Asat, he's a great devotee of you. That's okay, but the name is King, no. King means Asat. So Chaitanya Prabhu refused to meet him. And then finally, Nityananda Prabhu requested, please, he is your pure devotee. He's saying that if you do not see him, he will become Kanapata, some Vairagi, and walk on the road, give up his kingdom. Then there's can you give at least some outer garment? Chaitanya gave him one kurta. Not kurta, he was not wearing. Kurta is modern day thing. Dhoti, the chadar he was wearing only. So he gave his one outer garment. So king worshipped it. And the next, when Ramananda had requested, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, send his son. I'll meet his son. And by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when his son came, embraced him, and the son started dancing in ecstasy of Krishna consciousness. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then cleanses the temple of Gundicha. So this is what actually means a community. What we were watching, so loving, respectful, affectionate relationships. So temple is many people build, and any rich man can also build. But then, I remember I met a rich man, and he was telling the Swamiji, we have so many temples, why are you making another temple? And he had a defense. He was saying that I see so many temples, with nobody to take care. So that should not be the fate of our temple which we are building. We should have a beautiful community. That's why I'm telling all of you, make a plan and let me know how many people like to come for some time, like to come for full time, as a brahmachari or as a grihastha. Because most important thing will be we have a beautiful community. Beautiful community. Today we went in the morning, and it's how nice the sunrise comes straight. Now the balcony work is going to start. When I was working on, balcony level is done. We're just enjoying seeing the sunrise in the morning. So what is beautiful in a temple actually is not the structure. Structure is 10%. 90% is the community in the temple. Right? Yeah. Abhi ye dekho. You yourself see most of you come for various yatra with us. Okay? Jagannath Puri yatra. Just tell me what you remember of that yatra. If you ask me, I remember the kirtans, I remember the dramas, Anna? I remember the nice lectures. Isn't it? You ask me, okay, that was little nearby. Now let us go to Mayapur yatra, which we had, say, almost 2 years ago now, October last year. What do you remember of that? We remember the heavy kirtan which we had in Shivasangan. We remember the beautiful association we had in the Prabhupada auditorium with wonderful Vaishnavas. And if you ask me structure, I've forgotten the whole structure. I don't remember that. So structure facilitates association. Therefore, Shastra says, okay, prasadam also. So prasadam not eating alone. Prasadam eating in the association of devotees. Not alone, not even fun. With the devotees, we are enjoying the prasadam. So what actually is most important part is the community. The community. But the community means no politics. Community also bring politics. No politics. Anybody, I have a rule. Anybody criticizes anybody, I wash my hand away. Thank you very much. Go, please go. Because they should not harass, torture devotees. The community means loving, respectful. And this is so beautiful, so beautiful. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to go to Vrindavan. He's saying, can you all give me permission to go? Now the next chapter will come. He wants to go to South India. And please do not go. Sana Bhattacharya is saying, stay for 5 more days. So nice. Chaitanya was, okay, I'll stay 5 more days. And Ashit, the devotee that yesterday were reading after the temple was clean, Beda, after that, what happened? Chaitanya sat down to eat. And when he's serving prasadam, he's seeing, what he knows also what devotees like. Oh, he likes sweet rice, he likes peda, he likes rasgulla. Give him 5 rasgullas, give him nice peda. Why? That's community. Affectionate. So we need to, what we need, temple to wahi ho jayega, koi bada cheez nahi hai, bana denge. What will be achievement, actual achievement is, we should have a community of 500 devotees who come for Mangalarti. And imagine, it should not look empty, Actually, hall is very big. उसमें 5 लोग होंगे तो कोई मजा नहीं आएगा. There should be 500, है ना? तो कीर्तन में मजा आएगा. And there should be a loving relation in the community. Not that one person looking this way, नहीं मैं उसको बात नहीं कर सकता. Community means affection, respect, service. Dasa, dasa, no dasa, dasa, no dasa, dasa, no dasa. Take it, na? You should always develop that attitude so that everybody can be so happy. So the son, the Prabhupada says, Krishna has taken birth in the womb of Krishna consciousness movement. Prabhupada says that. What a very nice word in English. मतलब कृष्ण जी ने ये कृष्णा कॉन्शियस मूवमेंट में जन्म लिया अभी फिर से. होल वर्ल्ड गर्भ में. It says Prabhupada used the word in the womb of Krishna. गर्भ. womb. हिंदी में गर्भ में जन्म लिया. अब देखो ये साउथ इंडियन लोग हमको हिंदी सिखा रहे हैं. So Krishna has taken birth in the womb of the Krishna consciousness movement. So then, if we have a community where there is ecstasy of Krishna consciousness, then Krishna will take birth in the womb of every devotee who visits their heart. When there is a kirtan and devotees are loving, respecting, affection. See, even if the people who are hearing do not have affection for the speaker, nobody wants to hear. मन नहीं करता सुनने का. ठीक है ना? सच है ना? स्नेह होना चाहिए. तो सिमिलरली कोई कीर्तन गा रहा है, उसके लिए स्नेह नहीं है, सुनने का मन नहीं करता. मैं नहीं बैठने वाला. So they should not be like that. उसका कीर्तन में नहीं आ रहा है, ऐसा नहीं होने का. So we develop a community with affection, and that takes that setting such a foundation is not easy. Just like temple ka foundation I had to put, we took many months to put the foundation, the way the architects had designed, the sloping and all for the water, because rains like anything, and so much we are preventing care for the rain here. So what is the point? The foundation took time. So similarly, in any institution, what is most important is how you're setting the foundation. It takes difficult. I've seen, but I traveled to campuses of colleges. Some place, no student, there is a law college here, nobody in the class. It's like a chaos. Chaos मतलब total confusion. कौन क्लास में है ही नहीं. मैं गया बहुत बारी वो जाने का नहीं जाता मतलब वेस्ट होता. टीचर ही लोगों को क्लास में नहीं बैठा पाता. क्या वो कॉलेज है? कोई डिसिप्लिन है ही नहीं. So there is one place we have situation like that. So because now it's not easy to change. Once it is set in the wrong way, that becomes a culture. Then it doesn't change. But at the same time, if you make a strict principles and make a solid foundation, then you see the building comes very nicely, है ना? नहीं तो कीर्तन में ही पूरा बिल्डिंग हिलेगा फिर जब लोग नाचना शुरू करेंगे, है ना? ऐसा नहीं. Solid. I told my architect, all 500,000 people will jump. Oh, really? He put 60 pillars all around. Second. So same way, we should also see that a very nice foundation is there. Then everything is very, very nice. Okay. So coming back to the shloka of today, the sun, just like a sun, there is sunlight. The sun doesn't need advertisement. So similarly, Krishna, we have different kind of consciousness. And the lowest consciousness is tamoguna, total ignorance, which is compared to the bodily consciousness. I am the body, I am the body. The Prabhupada says, what is the difference between you and a dog? Because dog also think he's the body. You also think you are the body. Then somebody challenged Prabhupada, how do you know what dog is thinking? Prabhupada said, I know from Shastra. You cannot know. कुत्ते से कुछ सुना है क्या सोच रहा है? कुछ ने सुना है क्या? कुछ इंटरव्यू लिया है? नहीं ले सकते. शास्त्र से मिलता है. शास्त्र चक्षु. Yesterday we were discussing that. We have to see from the Shastra. You have no way to know what the dog is thinking. From Shastra says, he only thinks I am the body. And that is what we can understand. But a human form of life, there is an opportunity to come out of this platform. So that comes gradually, you can come out of it. Therefore, that is the lowest consciousness is bodily consciousness, where the person is absorbed. In fact, there's so many ways the consciousness is divided, but here the division was actually different. Turiya is transcendental consciousness, where it's actually like a spark touching the fire. But the spark falls on the land, spark falls on dry grass, spark falls on water, a different thing. When sparks falls on dry grass, it's like Sattva-guna, some light is there. When sparks falls on land, it is now slightly getting push. When sparks falls on water, it becomes push. So our Krishna consciousness goes away. When we are in Tamoguna, means sinful activity. On the land means the harassment of the senses, Rajaguna. As Sattva-guna means the mind is free from harassment of the minor senses. And then Krishna consciousness the highest, where spark is touching the fire and twinkling. That is one way of dividing. Another way of dividing it, there is consciousness has one more stage called Susupti, deep sleep, where it is not connected either to the body and mind. The consciousness Swapna, where it is connected to the mind. Then it is, you have the dreams. So deep sleep, then is dreams. In science, they call REM, right? Rapid eye movement. That's a dream time. The next is, after that, if you eat early, you will get less of dreams. Then if you have too much dreams, then even if you sleep 10 hours, you'll not be satisfied. Correct? Therefore, it's advisable to eat early. So rapid eye movement, that's a dream time. And the next is Jagriti. Jagriti is awake when you can connect to the external world, connect to the body, mind, external world. But the highest is Turiya, transcendental. So we should try to achieve the transcendental consciousness. But for that, we need to purify. Just like the water from the rain is pure, but on falls on the ground, it becomes polluted. This example is given from nature. Similar, original consciousness is pure, but coming in contact with the world, it is contaminated by Rajaguna, Tamoguna of this world. So we need to purify. The whole process is therefore to change the conscience, and become qualified and fit. So not that I want to live in the community, but you should be Rajaguna. See, everybody thinks he's a good person. But in the community, if he has Rajaguna, Tamoguna, he will harass other people. Rajaguna, we disturb other people. Tamoguna, we become mad. Sattvic is happy. Rasic is disturbed. Tamasic is mad. So we decide what you want to be. You want to be happy, disturbed, or mad? Happy. So come to Sattva-guna. But to come to Sattva-guna, you have to give up all sense desires, give up our plans of material enjoyment. You have to give it up. Then we can be Sattva-guna. As Sattva-guna, happiness of Krishna consciousness awakens within the heart. Hare Krishna. So nice to meet all of you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Neeraja Mataji, thank you. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanva pranam. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.